Hello everyone and welcome to Sunburned Albino Plays Darkest Dungeon. Darkest Dungeon is about making the most of a bad situation. Quests will fail or must be abandoned, heroes will die, and when they die, they stay dead. Progress auto-saves constantly, so actions are permanent. The game expects a lot out of you. How far will you push your adventurers? How much are you willing to risk in your quest to restore the hamlet? What will you sacrifice to save the life of your favorite hero? No, don't do it yet! Wait, hook? Oh, that beautiful music hook. Anyway, I'm going to assume that intro was at least subpar. There's no way to actually, pause it to, make it do what I wanted, so I had to do it, in the interim of the stuff. But this is a game called Darkest Dungeon, and this just came out on early access on Steam. You can buy it for $20, and I strongly recommend that you do it! Because, oh my god, it's so much fun. I've spent about 7 hours on it. That's what Save 1 is. We're going to start a new one. I made it through week 14. And I haven't lost anybody yet, which is a super tall order. This game is very, very punishing. And, yeah, click the letter to begin. I realize now that, by naming this, it actually names your estate. So, my estate in this one is just called Save 1 Dungeon or something like that. The Save 1 Estate, I think, is actually what it's called. So, what do I want to... I want to call this the... You know, it's not super creative, but it fits the mood. This is going to be the Shadow Manor Estate. I think Manor Estate is kind of redundant, but I totally don't care. This is what's going to happen. Shadow Manor. Let's do it. All right, so Darkest Dungeon is a turn-based strategy RPG. And before I explain too much about it, let me just let this cutscene play. The musical direction in this game is astounding. Just everything about it. All the sound effects are so carefully placed, and everything is just directed so beautifully that I have to give credit where credit is due in that situation. But yeah, this is Darkest Dungeon. It's a turn-based strategy RPG. If it would load really quick, please don't be doing... stop with the color circle. There we go. It does that after every quest or stuff. So here we are in the tutorial, and this is, where you get more into what the game actually is going to look like and play like. To move forth, click on another room on the map display. We'll take you to the connecting hallway. So as you can see, we've got a map grid system right here that you can zoom in and out of to see, but it's very small. There's no point in moving around in this room because this is where, you locate stuff, but, the actual pathways are going to be in between, and that's where you're going to go into these sort of hallways that are going to go in places. So, while in a hallway, press D to move forward, A to move back, or you can also use the arrow keys, I found out, and if you prefer the mouse, you can click ahead, all that stuff. But yeah, you just sort of progress along here, and as we go, we're going to be gaining stress, which is what those threes are. And, yeah, so, combat is turn-based. On your hero's turn, click a skill icon, and then click on the highlighted target if you can't select a particular skill. It's because that hero needs to be standing in a different spot, or there are no valid targets. Mouse over the skill to see the requirements. So, to get more in-depth about this, so, we've got different skills here. They're assigned to numbers, if you wanted to use them, or you could use the mouse to click on them. As you can see, for this one, we've got Open Vein. Accuracy base is 85. Damage modification is minus 15% because it also has a secondary effect. When abilities have do more than just regular damage, they typically take that out of the damage modifier, and so you can, because it bleeds for 2 points for 3 rounds as well, so that sort of makes up for the stipulations. But yeah, so Open Vein like that. As you can see, if you see the 3 yellow dots there, that's the position in the lineup that we have to be in order to make that move work. So we have to be in one of the first 3 spots, which we are, and it will. You can use it to attack either the first or second enemy, which is what the 2 red dots represent. So there's that, or we got Grape Shot, which we could use to, if there was a bunch of these guys, we could hit them all at the same time with reduced damage. But we're just going to open Vein, because there's only one guy here. But he resisted the bleed, unfortunately. But his Slice and Dice could attack both of us at the same time. Fortunately, it missed. Whereas these guys got 10, and if you mouse over the enemy, you can see, the stats of what's going to happen. You can see he's got 10 HP, he's got a 2% chance to dodge, not 2% probably, but he's got 2 dodge, 3 speed. He's a human type. He's got stun, blight, bleed, resistance, debuff stuff. Our chance to hit is 78%, our chance to crit is 5%, and the damage that we can do is going to be between 6 and 13 damage. So let's give it a try. 9 damage is pretty good. Not quite going to get the job done. So he's going to get another shot at us. And there's damage to both of us. It hurts, but it's not a big deal. So we'll finish him off with Open Vein. Alright, and though that is how combat goes, as you go along, you're going to get more heroes. You're going to get 4. You can have 4 in a party at once, and you'll be fighting up to enemies that take up to 4 slots. In the other side, so interactive objects. While exploring, you'll find interactive objects such as this tent here, and you can click on them, clearly where the ambushers camp. Check inside the tent. Did they trap the tent, or perhaps did they just leave valuables? The brigands left valuables, so that's good. That's what you want. Pretty much anything that you see in the environment that looks like, look, if it's interactable, there's a pretty good chance, there's an alright chance that it could be trapped. And so, you have to decide whether it's worth actually, going through with it. But here, as you can see, we've got a big guy, and he takes up 2 spots, and he's got lots of HP. He's got 38 HP. And then we've got his ranged attacker behind him that's gonna, try and get away with that. But I can use Grape Shot to also hit him, or what I could do is just use a pistol shot and try to knock this guy out and focus Dismas's attention on this guy. And the reason that guy's annoying is because he has an ability called Blanket Fire, which can hit both of us. And really, both of them can hit both of us, but, I don't know, it's just, you decide how you want to spread your attacks out. And, it's going to get more, you'll be able to do more sort of, nice combos and finishing moves as things get going. But we're going to keep pistol shotting him. We keep getting, the least amount of damage that we could do to him. And it's kind of a pain, but that's all right, And now we're bleeding, so what's going to happen is we're going to take a couple points of damage each turn as health, because we are bleeding. So that is that. I could use Stunning Blow. What it does, it has a stun base of 100%. The thing about that is that you got to look at this guy's stun resistance, which is 50%, which means if I hit him with this move, he'll only have a 50% chance to actually get stunned. And since Stunning Blow does reduce damage, as you can see from the modifier, because, to trade off with the fact that it stuns, I would rather hit him with just a regular attack. And 10 damage is probably way better than, the 2 plus stun that it would have done. If I even, got lucky enough on that dice roll. I think I'm going to start Grape Shot blasting here because I can hit both these guys with it. Oh, I lied, by the way, apparently. Or did the other one dodge it? Grape Shot Blast is supposed to hit the first 3 enemies. So that's kind of weird. But as you see, he pushed me back with his point-blank shot, which doesn't really make much difference, because we could switch across. All of our moves can still hit him. But he's only got 11 health left, and it looks like we're going to be able to finish him off with Dismas here, assuming that we don't die. Which we are quite close to dying, to be honest. Oh, but we can't use Grape Shot anymore. All right, but here, I think we basically just have to hope that he dies. Oh, good. If that had missed, we might have actually lost him. You're not supposed to lose these guys. This is a tutorial mission, but, the game is punishing, and it's punishing from the start, so you gotta get, figure out your strategies and make sure that they're good ones. And there's gonna be a lot more different classes as well, so now we can open the oh, it's Bandit's Trapped Chest. So something doesn't look quite right with this one. So this is to demonstrate, the trap that could happen. I'm going to open it anyway just so you see. It's trapped! But we resisted the blight that it would have given me, which is similar to bleed, except it does, well, actually, pretty much does the same. You know, it's just damage over time, just like anything else. But you can see that the lighting here, Radiant Light 76 plus Scouting plus Monster Surprise. So the higher your torch is, we don't have torches now, but when we get into the other thing, like, as the higher your light is, the better chance that you can scout the area to see what's in front of you, and the better chance that the monsters that you encounter will become surprised, which will make you automatically take your first turns, and they won't be able to attack the first turn. Which is super, you know, very valuable. It's important to get those first impression shots out there. So, and now that we've done this, you know, we gain experience, but we also gain perks, or quirks, I should say. So we've gotten a negative one, which is the red, and a positive one, which is the yellow. Weak grip on life, minus 10% death blow resistance. All right, I'll explain what that is once once that actually like becomes a part of what we're doing here. And plus 10% stress resistance is good, very good. Now the deal with stress is that if you know, as you go through dungeons, you'll get more and more stress. If you max out stress, then your character will freak out and either do something very negative, or he could become courageous too. Stress could be a good thing. But we are not allowed to visit the brothel, which sucks for him, but it's not really a big deal for me. In the ruins, we get plus 15% damage. That's very good. That is a very, very good thing, because the ruins are going to be where we're going to be going for the first few missions. So that is the tutorial level. I'm going to bleed this into the other, to the next mission. So now they're going to show us get help where you may. On any screen, press and hold H, yeah, for help. I will be your help, so I do not need to do that. Okay, so these different buildings are all about upgrading different parts of your estate to make your units better and to help them deal with stress, you know, get rid of quirks. It obviously varies depending on the building. Let's go with the ones that are immediately available. The graveyard is for you to view fallen heroes, which we have none yet because I was so, you know, directly talented in not dying that last mission. So, but now, with the stagecoach, we can recruit new heroes. So let's see who we've got. And these are all the different kinds of classes that there are. There's a lot, as you can see. I hope that we get a good roll. I think it might be locked into the first, like, group. Yeah, these guys probably we're locked into the classes. Like, these two will always be the first guys that you get. The first classes, anyway. Like, the names are different, but, yeah, otherwise, yeah, you'll get, like, Jesters and, like, Highwaymen and Hellions and stuff like that. So, we could automatically upgrade the Stagecoach network, which upgrading stuff takes different kinds of heirlooms, as you can see down here. You can see the busts. We have busts, we've got portraits, we've got deeds and crests, and they all serve to upgrade different parts of different buildings. So right now, like, we need deeds and shields to upgrade the Stagecoach network, which would increase the number of available heroes to 3, which I think is absolutely worth doing right off the bat. We don't need to increase the size of the roster, except that I'm going to increase the size of the roster. Now we don't have to increase the size of the roster, at least in my opinion, at least not for a very long time. 11 is very much enough heroes to service you for about the first 7 hours of the game, I'd say. And 7 hours is where I'm at, and I could use another roster slot in that save file, but that's how that's going to go. So, now we've got 4 people, and we have to complete more quests to unlock these buildings, which is totally fine. So we're just going to go right into the Embark, and we're going to start our next thing, which is going to be the Ruins. It's going to be a short Apprentice Level 1 mission, as you can see. The goal is to complete 100% of room battles, which means go to every room that has a battle in it and complete it. And that's going to be how that works out. So, we want to now... You can look at your character's, you know, quirks, base stats, equipment, resistances, class bonuses, camping skills, and combat skills. And you can see their preferred position, which is important. Like, this is the position that they will serve your team best as. So, like, obviously, the Crusader is best served in one of the first 2 positions, and his preferred target is one of the 2 enemies in their first things. And then you've got somebody like Dismas, whose preferred position is either second or third. I find that he does better in the 3rd position. That's just where I like to keep him. And then you've got the Vestal, which prefers the 3rd position, I guess, suppose. And the thing about, like, they've all got 7 skills, like, their class has 7 skills to choose from. When you get new classes, they're going to have different skills. But you can also unlock them, you know, once you get enough gold and enough further into the game so you can actually do it. But they're going to come with different skills. So this Vestal comes with Dazzling Light, which is a stunning attack. Divine Grace, which is a healing attack. Well, not attack, but it heals. And then Illumination, which I don't think is an attack that I've had before on a Vestal. What does it do? Torch +5, the target gets -20 dodge. Which seems pretty good. That makes it very easy to hit. And it can hit anybody. But it can't be used from the back, which is unfortunate because that's where I usually put my Vestal. Whereas Hand of Light can only be used in the first try, 2 things. So really, what's unfortunate about this Vestal is that since I prefer into the 4th slot, the only moves that she'll be able to use are Dazzling Light and Divine Grace, which is how it usually works out anyway, but, I mean, it's just, I can't really use her effectively, at least with, like, these other people here. But, the way that we've got it here, it seems like, well, our Highwayman would then be in the 2nd position, and then Vestal could go in 3rd. And even though our Seeker Plague Doctor doesn't prefer the 4th position, it's still serviceable in that position. He can't use Incision, but he can still use Battlefield Medicine to cure stuff, and he can Noxious Blast to attack and do blight damage to enemies. And he's got Incision. It's tough. Like, we can't do a formation that perfectly services each member, so you gotta sort of weigh your options there. So I'm gonna put you 3rd. I'm gonna put him 3rd, and then we'll just declare that our Vestal, our healer, is gonna be for stunning enemies and healing our team. Like, that's what that's gonna be. So that's all right. So now that we've decided our order and the people that are there, and you can see the rewards too, we're gonna get 2 crests and 2 busts. And 3,000 gold. We go to provision section, which is what we decide where we take our inventory. So yeah, you'll want to take different supplies depending on what region you're going to, how long the quest is, and your own preferences, but always bring food and torches. That is very important. It says for your first short quest, try bringing at least 8 food and 4 torches. You gotta bring more than 4 torches. You gotta bring 12 food and 8 torches if you're gonna be on this completely safe side. And you're also going to want to bring a shovel. Preferably 2 shovels. Because usually there's at least 2, sometimes. You know, in the short missions, there can be up to 2, obstructions where if you don't use a shovel to clear the way, it's going to do a lot of damage to your party and increase their stress by a lot. I don't really like to screw with taking anti-venom or bandages or medicinal herbs. I think they're a waste of money. But, yes, we're going to embark here, and what I've been doing has been working for me so far. Maybe it's not the most efficient thing, maybe there are some intricacies that I'm missing, but I gotta say that it's serviceable for what's going on right now. So that's really all that I want to show off in this first video. Not that this video's over, we're going to do this quest, but I mean, like, as far as the in-depth stuff goes, like, we can save that as the series goes on. It's going to be quite in-depth, and so... we want to complete 100% of room battles. Now, not all of these rooms, these big square rooms, are going to have battles in them, so what could happen is we could finish the mission without going to a couple of the rooms, or we could have to go to all of the rooms. It really depends on luck and where those things are. So I would say, well, I mean, we have to go this way for one. But, it's basically up to whatever for stuff to happen. So as you can see, we've got an alchemy table here. It seems like our Plague Doctor would be most suited to fiddle with this thing. Let's see. The experiments do not yield any findings, which is better than them, going horribly wrong, I suppose. So that was pretty uneventful, but you gotta give those things a try anyway. And we got surprised. Are you shitting me? So if we get surprised, sometimes it screws with the order of things, and as you can see, our Crusader, unfortunately, is not going to be able to do shit from the back, because none of his attacks work from the back. He has one that does, but unfortunately I don't think this Crusader has that ability, so that is really the problem. And since we're in front here, we can't grape shot these guys, which means, like, you can waste turns trying to, like, go back and forward instead. But, really, we're so screwed up that it's going to take multiple movements to get back into prime formation. So I think we just have to make the best with what we've got. But we can we can guaranteed kill one of these maggots with this attack, provided that it hits. Thank you. Very good. Something you want to pay attention, as you can see, And since he can't do anything, like, I'm going to take his turn to move up. But you don't want to waste people's turns who actually have other actions they could do. But, yeah, you want to pay attention to when the enemy what order the enemy moves in. And, you know, plan your attacks accordingly. I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know which one of these guys will attack first. So I don't know which one it would be better for me to try to kill. But I do know that crit is terrific. And when you get crits, you lower your stress, which is great. And it seems that Bricks, our Vestal, is going to be able to use Dazzling Light on this spider. Possibly stun it. Hopefully stun it. 75% chance to stun. Let's get it. Come on, stun. Oh, yes, that is good. What that means, basically, is that we are not going to have been hit this turn, except for this guy. I don't remember. Somebody got hit, but it wasn't a big deal. These guys are as weak as it gets, so I don't expect to die on that fight, shall we say. But now that the thing is over, we're going to reorient ourselves, because that was a pain in the ass. We're going to go there, and then you're going to go there, and then you're going to go there. There we go. Perfect. Hopefully we don't get surprised again, and then that shit just happens again. You never know. So our torch level is... I like to keep our torch level, like, as soon as it gets past this nodule right there, I like to fill it back up again. There are rewards for defeating enemies and getting loot in situations where your light is very low, but the trade-off for that is that your stress accumulates much more faster, if your light is lower. So, luckily you can use torches during the battle, and they don't, like, take turns or nothing. So, we surprise these guys, which is huge. It's very, very huge. This guy's gonna be a goddamn idiot, this Bone Courtier. And by idiot, I mean super annoying and very smart and a pain in the ass. But we'll cross that bridge when it starts to have to come. This guy's got 24 health. He's got double what these guys got. So we want to slowly, gradually whittle him down, but also we kind of want to save him for last. Like, we want to do damage to him, but we don't, you know, want to focus on him, because, you know, his 3 underlings will obviously still get to attack. But we're going to do what we can. We could possibly stun him. That would be great. He resisted the stun because he's an asshole. Not much you can do about that, you know, not all the time, but we can Grape Shot. We can do damage to all these guys. That is a pretty good spread of attacks, gotta say. And what I'm going to do now is... Let's see, you've got 2 health. I'm pretty sure the Blight is going to kill you on your next turn, so I don't think I have to spread out using Zealous Accusation, which attacks both enemies in the front. I think I can just do Smite. Get off my screen. And, you know, try to do as much damage to this Bone Defender as possible. Or we could try to stun him, but stunning him didn't really work last time. I'm just going to do the regular attack. That was a ton of damage. That was terrific. Okay, that means Grape Shot is likely to kill both these first 2 guys. Unfortunately, that one dodged, but that's all right. Tempting Goblet's going to increase our stress by a lot, because that's what it does, because it's a pain in my butt. Stressful Incantation does exactly what it says on the tin. Increases my stress. Doesn't do a lot of damage, though, which is nice, but stress is obviously super very annoying still. Okay, so, Noxious Blast, we could try to blight one of these guys. I want to blight this guy. I am not going to be blighting anybody, apparently. I want to stun this guy. Alright, that's good, that's good. And, with this guy at 8 health, it's relatively likely that we get the kill here. Ooh, very nice. And that means we're probably not going to be hit again before we can kill this man. This Bone Courtier. Get wrecked! I really got to stop saying that, but I can't help it. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't think it's annoying, but, like, I think it can be bothersome when used very often. But at the same time, it's so much fun to say that I understand why people say it all the time. So let's go. We haven't been lucky enough to scout any of the rooms. Okay, so here we have a confession booth, and we're going to want you, the Vestal, who is of the religious sort, to go in here, because you're most likely to get good stuff out of it. The hero's history of sin is too much to bear, because she's an asshole, and, you know, she's got a bad past, and I don't know what she did. Probably murdered lots of children. That sucks for you. Why are you... If you're doing this for redemption, then apparently it's not working. But, okay, the torch, as you can see the lighting has changed. The torch has dropped below that desired level. So I'm going to put it back up. And we are going to move along here. So far, so good. Nobody is surprised. At least we're not surprised. I guess that's where we take our boons. Good for us. Tempting Goblet is going to... These guys are just stress mongers. I hate them so much. And there's another freaking Bone Defender, which is really bad. The thing about these guys is that they have 100% bleed resistance, so it's pointless to try to bleed them because they are skeletons. And skeletons can't really bleed when they don't have blood. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? I'm going to Grape Shot because I could Pistol Shot the guy in the back, but that wouldn't be as good as Grape Shotting and also getting one of these guys. Oh, that was actually the most damage that move could have possibly done. So I feel really good about that. Since all Bricks can ever do is either stun an enemy or try to heal, I'm going to stun. Healing I don't really do it unless our health gets, like, below half. And, like, I don't have anything else to do. So I want to try to kill this guy. And it worked, so that's great. Okay, so now, I'm going to use Zealous Accusation because I want this guy in the middle dead. And that was very good. Worked as intended. And that means you... What do you, that's like 4 to 7. There's no way you can die or you can kill this guy. Oh, his stun resistance is 0. That's incredible, actually. Like, that's really good to know. But I am going to blight this guy. Alright. Axe Blade is typically a weak attack anyway. And it doesn't really do anything, so it doesn't really matter that it missed, in my opinion. Alright, but he is really going after the stress. Like, you know, our Vestal over here is really starting to lose her mind. So, we're going to... Let's see, you've got 5. I think we can afford to Grape Shot because the damage it does to you, the Blight will kill you on the next turn, most likely. And with Zealous Accusation, that increases twofold. And they're both dead. Great. But yeah, so you get an idea of how the how this game works. It's trapped, of course it is. Oh, I got blighted, great. If I had brought an antitoxin, I could cure that blight, but at the same time, I'd never really think that it makes that much of a difference. We're not going to lose that much health from it. Like 6 health. And, you know, that health can be healed with 1 heal from our Bristol anyway, so... I think it's totally fine. Alright. Hunger. The exertions of adventuring have produced a growing hunger amongst the party, so you eat. This is why you gotta make sure you get a lot of food, because if you choose to not eat and you starve instead, that does a ton of stress damage and a ton of health damage, too. It's very much... The punishment is twofold, which is an expression that I love to use because it makes me feel so badass. Is twofold. There are 2 different sides to your punishment. It's twofold. I am a badass. Of course, we're surprised in the worst, well, not the worst possible way, but pretty bad possible way. I'm not going to use his turn. I'm going to use her turn to move him back. So we've got a pistol shot that we can use. And these guys do have 16 health. God damn. They've got, like, strong attacks. So that's like the issue here. I don't want to kill the Bone Soldier. I want to kill the guy in the back. 4 damage, not a ton. Quarrel is an attack that does way too much damage. And Quarrel is an attack that does way too much damage. That one was worse, but it was still damage. So now, what are we going to do here? I honestly think that we don't move you because we can still Incision. And maybe... we just attack you. I was hoping we would do enough damage to make it so I could Zealous Accusation with the Crusader on the next turn and get him with it. But it does not seem like that is going to kill anymore. And now I was going to have you, but it looks like you're just going to die if I don't heal you. So unfortunately, that's what we have to do. We have to heal. It sucks to be put in that position, but that is how it's going to go. So now what we do, we're going to smite you, make sure you die. Good job. Okay. We're not in a great position. Like, we're actually... You've got to be shitting me right now. That goddamn crit. Okay, so yeah, this is where Death's Door comes into play. When a hero is reduced to 0 HP, they're at Death's Door. While in this state, they will suffer stat penalties, plus any further damage has a chance to kill them. Heal them to get them off Death's Door. So that's what we're gonna hope she survives long enough to be able to heal herself. It's quite important that this friggin' works. So I think what we're gonna do is I am gonna take this turn to move forward. Yep. That has nothing to do with, like, her being able to be targeted or anything, but because I want to make sure that I can use her turn to heal, but have her also in a good spot for the next time. And that's what we've got. So Noxious Blast can be used if I'm in the second spot, which makes me kind of want to move him back, but at the same time, we really can't afford to not attack. And that is pretty good damage. I don't expect them to ever bleed, but, you know, hope against hope. Zealous Accusation is just not gonna cut it to kill this guy. I have to smite him and try and get the kill. Oh, baby. That's helpful. Please be healer's turn. Oh, thank God. She is not gonna die today. Perhaps. We'll see. Oh, yes. Please hit me and push him back. Oh, good. You did what I wanted to do anyway. Thank you. Unfortunately, he is stunned, but it is good that, you know, that move was made for me. So, now that everybody's sort of okay, actually no. Well, I mean, this position works fine, so that's what I'm going to focus on, is that it was all right. So what we're going to do, damage 1 minus 25%, minus 50, so the Grape Shot Blast here. I got to start doing damage to this big guy, so we've got to start, you know, doing some AoE attacks, area of effect. With 9 health, Smite has a pretty good chance to kill you. Oh, son of a bitch! You might say that Brix still needs to be healed, but I say nay. I say Brix needs to kill this archer. Thank you. Because with only one enemy left, even if he had targeted the healer and put her on Death's Door again, we could just heal her off Death's Door, and we could just, you know, have a stalemate that way, and then this guy would just be dead. Eventually. So, I say Noxious Blast. It would be a great boon if we blighted you. But of course you resisted it because you're a goddamn skeleton. I didn't know you could poison skeletons, but at the same time. Your stun resistance is 38. I want to heal instead, though. Like, I don't want her to be, like, on the verge of death for every subsequent fight here. So, now we're going to open Vein just because it's our strongest attack. Again, not trying to bleed. It's just... Oh, that is good damage. And we're going to finish him off. Goodbye. Yes, we are alive. The problem is that Brix... Is it Brix? Did I just realize that your name is Brix? Is it Brix? Yeah, Brix is almost stressed the hell out, and I guess we'll probably find out exactly what traits she's going to acquire by doing that, by being stressed. Open the sarcophagus. That's more of a grave robber kind of thing. But you're not a grave robber, you're just a highwayman. But we're just going to have a crusader do this anyway, so why not? Hidden treasures. So good. Very good. Got more busts, got more money. Okay. Things are working out. Let's take a look at the map. Oh, we can scout. That is such a boon. We've got to go to the left here. Oh, actually, scouting that means that that's not going to be a room. Which means we don't... Or it's not going to be a room that has enemies in it. Which means that we don't have to go there. And we can just go down instead. I'm going to go there anyway. Because I want to explore the entirety of this thing. I think we can hold out. Like, she might start freaking the hell out, but other than that, it's going to be probably fine. Now, I'm going to have the highwayman open this thing. Lock display cabinet. Try to open the cabinet. The lock mechanism is trapped, and he is bleeding. Terrific. Great news. Okay, so now, since we scouted, we can see this trap on the ground. Scattered traps will be visible on the ground as you approach them. Select a hero, then click on the trap to attempt to disarm it. Some heroes are better than others at disarming. I would think that the Highwayman is good at disarming things, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? He's got those road smarts. Oh, goody. Sometimes you get hit by it anyway. And that just, it makes no sense to me. All right. So, a new torch. And into this room, which probably won't have anything in it. Unless I'm reading the map wrong. Okay. Had nothing in it, so now we go back to the other room. We've already disarmed the trap, so it should not be back. Which is great. And since we already cleared out this passageway, there's not going to be any chance of there being enemies. Sometimes they do, like, if you go far enough and then you're backtracking far enough, sometimes they'll put new spawns. But that was obviously not the case here. But as you can see, there's going to be an encounter. If you look at the red cross means there's going to be an encounter. The blue thing means there's going to be, like, a thing that I could loot, possibly. Luckily, we can eat. I like when that happens because it gives you just a little bit of health. And they are surprised because we scouted the area. We knew they were going to be there. It doesn't always work like that, but I'm glad that logic, you know, followed my way here this time. I can't stun you, which is a pain. Or stun resistance. We're going to get it. Come on, stun. Stun, stun. Thank you. And this is a great opportunity to grape shot. I can't believe the guy in the back dodged. I am pissed off at that. Zealous Accusation has like a 50% chance to kill both of them, I'd say. And it totally did not kill any of them, so that's cool. But Incision, we can kill. Obviously, you know, the other one's stunned, so it's pointless to kill that one. As opposed to one that would attack on the next turn. So now he is no longer stunned, now we can kill him. And I can stun this guy. Oh! He's got no resistance to stun. But apparently he can still dodge my attack. Alright, let's grape shot again, because you'll probably die from the spread there. We're not going to talk about that. That was a big pain in my ass right there. Die. Are you up my asshole right now? Why is this happening? Zealous Accusation, kill him! That makes up for it. Thank you, Crusader. You're picking up the slack. I appreciate it. These other guys are nobodies. They got nothing going for them. But you, sir, you are not a nobody. A grave robber would be best, which we do not have any of for attacking or looking in this thing. But sentimental gifts are hidden inside, which is lots of stuff. Value 1,000 gold each, so we can basically just trade it for 1,000 gold when we complete the quest. Onyx 500 gold and Jade 250. So that was a good haul. That was 1,750 gold we just found in there, essentially. Let's keep on moving. All right. And things like shovels and food and stuff, they don't carry over into missions. So, like, you're going to use all of what you brought, and if you have stuff left over, then, somebody calling me on FaceTime? That's never happened to me before. Interesting. Nope, go away. Decline. You cannot ruin what has so far been a pretty good video. And why is it showing up on my goddamn computer anyway? I have a phone for this. I understand. Ms. FaceTime audio call. Get out of the screen, please. Alright. Okay, so we don't have to go to the right, so we don't have to do this confrontation. We do have to go down here. So what this icon means is that there is going to be enemies here. Also, this red cross means there's going to be enemies on the way there. So we can expect 2 more encounters before this quest is over. So, let us steel ourselves. Depending on how well we do, we could actually maybe reduce Brix's stress if we get a bunch of critical hits. And nobody, you know, really gets dead. Great. I think she actually just got to maximum. Oh, no, she didn't. That's good. Unfortunately, healing herself does not heal her stress. Otherwise, I would do that. What is your stun base? Stun resistance 100%? That is pointless to do. Heal yourself instead. Or heal... Now heal yourself. Nobody else is really in dire need of it. And if you start freaking out, you know, then I want you to have as much health as possible in case you're going to go all suicide on me. So, very good chance to kill. But you didn't do it. God damn. Oh, well, Grape Shot will take this one out at least. Ooh, and it did get the one in the front as well. That's good. All right, good dodge. I hate spiders. There's spiders in every game now. But you should die in one hit. Very nice. All right, I will take the busts. They can be beaten. Yeah, yes they can. I have proved that on many an occasion. And we're about to prove it one more time. Get my ass in this door, and let's do the final battle. This one's going to be a pain, but they're surprised. They are surprised, so it's not going to be as bad. We're going to Grape Shot. Decent spread, relatively, I'd say. Let's see who we can stun. Stun resistance 25, stun resistance 25, all right. I want to stun you, because you have more health, and I wanted to do damage to you, possibly open you up to being killed by Zealous Accusation from Crusader. That would be a great, that would be great. 6 damage, you've got 7, so I kind of want to hit you with it. Or we could Blight. We could try to Blight. I'm going to Blight you. Oh, but you resisted it, you asshole. Okay, Zealous Accusation is going to kill this guy if it hits. Has a relatively small chance to also kill this guy. Yeah, that was the worst thing that could have happened. Oh my god. That stress. There it is. Vigorous. Oh, so she's actually going to be, like, good. We got super lucky then. Sometimes heroes respond to the onset of stress by becoming heroic. This elevated state of performance will last until they camp or return to town and confer stat bonuses and other benefits. So that's good. We're going to have her help, her mentality, mental fortitude for the rest of this fight. Grape Shot. I swear to God, if you don't kill these first 2 guys, I'm firing your ass. Thank you. Okay. Now, I want... Oh, your stun resistance is only 10. Then, in that case, you get stunned, please. Thank you. Oh, good. We used it at the right time as well. Eldritch Push, that's going to shove into the back unless he resists it. He did not resist it. All right. Our turn. It's not a huge deal. We're still going to be doing good stuff. Oh, that's nice. And that crit is going to lower our stress. So you've got 4 health left. Zealous Accusation will probably kill you, but I'm going to smite this guy instead. Just because I want a guaranteed kill. And as there, I got it. Now, I'm going to use Illumination on you, which debuffs him, and he's going to be killed by Blight even if I didn't do anything here. But that will end the battle decisively. All right, quest complete. Click to exit dungeon. We're going to do it. That was a good quest. There was a couple... Well, there was one close call with Brix, our healer, who was obviously not as sturdy as her name would suggest. But it's going to be, you know, it's all right. There's always going to be close calls like that. You can expect them a lot, especially way especially later into the game, so be prepared. Let's see what sort of quirks we've picked up. Please be good positive ones and not very bad negative ones. Guilty conscience bears the crushing guilt of deeds real and imagined. Doesn't really... I mean, like, those things that, like, don't have clear descriptions don't really affect me. In camp, plus 15% heal received is pretty good. Mercurial, minus 5% resist affliction. That's not a big deal. Light above 75, plus 10% damage. That is a great one, because we always keep the light above 75. So basically, we just got a 10% damage bonus. Wield Phobe, minus 20% stress resist if we ever go to the wield, which we will eventually. So that's bad. Health below 50%, plus 3% crit chance. Really, that's not a lot. That's not enough to be good. Claustrophobia doesn't really matter. Unless we were to get trapped in an Iron Maiden, which hopefully we just won't open those. And Hatred of Beasts is pretty good. So, alright, that's that. Let's take a quick look at the stuff that has happened here. The tavern is now unlocked. The abbey is now unlocked. We've vanquished many monsters, and we've leveled up. So, Let's go to the Abbey. The Abbey is for stress relief. Each activity has different side effects. Experiment to find the best for each hero depending on their quirks. So this asshole, the caretaker, is taking up the peace through meditation thing. Fortunately, we could have... Oh, man. He can't go there. Let me commune with the Holy Light. I guess he wants to pray, so we're going to have to make him pray. So that he stresses, de-stresses. And then we're going to have to go to the tavern for the other two. Reynald doesn't really need stress at all. So I'm going to pretty much ignore him. Let's look at your quirks. Make sure that, or see what you prefer here. You can go to either of them. I think you could drink probably, or gamble. Probably drink. You're a religious person. You probably don't want to go to the brothel, but it seems like you're not opposed to the idea. But we're gonna put you in the bar, just out of respect, a little bit. So that's how that's gonna go. And then these two are gonna be out of commission, but we can go recruit new heroes here, and we do get a Hellion, which is terrific. Thank you. I don't think grave robbers are very good. I don't think jesters are very good. But Hellions are very good. Helions? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Peck to the face is a good... that's the necessary attack that she has to have, because it doesn't make her, like, move any spaces or anything. The grave robber is a very fluid... Or not... Yeah, the grave robber is a very fluid position-wise. A lot of her attacks make her move to different spots, which can be annoying. But she has flashing daggers, which is also good. So you've really just got good attacks, so that could work. That could work in my advantage. I could make use of you with pick to the face and flashing daggers. Never use the other ones, unless, like, I'm getting out of a spot where you got moved to a place that was bad. I'll put you in. I want to save room for, what am I thinking of? Lepers and, oh god, what are they called? I don't remember. The bounty hunters. Those are good. Those two classes are good. Jesters are okay, so I'm going to put you in. I'm going to put you in just because, our roster is otherwise full. So, the blacksmith and the guild have yet to be completed. I'm going to upgrade the Abbey to be able to have... And we can reduce the treatment cost, which is also good. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that. That seems alright to me. Increasing the number of slots is really what I want to get to. Because this fucking caretaker is such a leech whore when it comes to caretaking the facility. He's always where you don't need him to be, and you can't kick him out. He just takes up slots like a goddamn asshole, and he just enjoys himself. I wish I was the caretaker. It must be so much fun to be the caretaker to this place. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you continue to watch this series as it, evolves and grows more complex and things and dangerous and stuff. So, yeah, that's going to do it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.